Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are ready for the golf. I'm so glad you could join us for this event presented by the TGC Network. Today is a single round event. Everything counts here today, folks. Let's get down to that first tee now and pick up on the action. And with that, I declare this event has begun. And from 155 yards out. Looking good. And this putt's for birdie. This looks like around a 4-footer, I'd say. And that putt will drop. And starting today's round off at even par. And now the second hole. Well, I'm pretty sure this is going to land in the fairway here. From here, about 190 yards. Yeah, it looks like a 5-iron. Too much club. Oh man, a little bounce off the pin on that chip. And that putt will drop for par. And now setting up on this par 3. Going with the 4-iron here. Oh, and he's going through the branches here. Well, that approach is definitely on, and there's a fair ways still to get to that hole. So close. This one's about 7 feet away. And that putt's gonna drop for par. now we find ourselves at the fourth hole tee off. And a promising looking shot here. And there could be some extra strokes ahead here, folks. Too much club on that one. Well, you'll probably like that. And now let's take a look and see how things are going on the leaderboard. And +1 on the day after that hole. And that translates into 5th place for him on the leaderboard. And about 155 yards out. And going with the 6 iron. All right, 20 feet out. Oh, and the long putt almost drops. Okay, and let's have a look at the leaderboard. And after that hole, 1 over for the day. And moving on to the 6th. I don't think he'll be too pleased with that shot. "28 feet to the cup from here. "5 feet to go here. And the par putt drops. And 1 over for the day after that hole. And also that means he's 5th place on the leaderboard. And now we find ourselves on the 7th hole tee off. I think that's the 4 iron. Too much club on that, I think. Now setting up near the green, but in the rough. Oh! Very nicely chipped out of that rough and into the cup. And that hole's going to bring him down to even par. And the 8th hole is next. Okay, this one's looking pretty good. Yeah, about 110 yards to the pin from here. All right, and he's on. And this putt's for birdie. Ooh, and that was very, very close. And this one's a 9-footer. And that one will drop. And he's going to stay right there at even par after that hole. And now setting up for this par 5. I think this one might be in the rough. And they are still in the rough here. And this shot he's taken through the branches. Just didn't have enough club. And he'll be happy with that. And this is about a 4-footer. And that par putt will drop. And after that hole, he will remain at even par. And on to the 10th hole here. And he's probably not too happy about that. Well, looks like this might be heading for some trouble. That lie is going to be much easier than the last one. From 125 yards out. And this shot's looking pretty good. This one's about 20 feet away. that one drops for par. And after that one, he'll stay at even par. And now teeing off on this par 4. This one's looking pretty good so far. From about 185 yards. And that's a bit of bad luck. He's in the water here. Going with the pitching wedge here. And unfortunately, he has ended up in the water from 130 yards out. This could be good. It's heading for the green here. All right, and he's on. And about 7 feet to go here. Ooh. That was very close. Now let's take a look at the leaderboard. And after that hole, currently sitting at 4 over for the day. And let's see what the 12th has in store. Going with the 8 iron. And that shot will be on the green with a fairly lengthy putt ahead. Ooh, that was very close. And this putt's about a 2-footer here. And now let's take a look at the leaderboard. And 4 over for the day. All right, let's see what happens on the 13th hole here. And the forecast calling for a significant amount of sand here, folks. That one's back in the fairway. From here, 190 yards to the pin. And that looks like a 5 iron. Unfortunately, not enough club, I think. Setting up here green side, but in the rough. And about 4 feet from the cup. And finishing the hole with a solid putt. And currently sitting at 4 over for the day after that hole. And setting up now on the 14th tee. Wow, there is some serious power behind this drive, folks. From 185 yards. I think that's a 5-iron. All right, and he's on the green. And this putt's for birdie. And just missing. This putt's about a 2-footer. All right, let's take a peek at the leaderboard now. And 4 over for the day after that hole. And moving on to the 15th hole. I think this one's going to find the fairway. And this one's for birdie. Ooh, and it just misses. Okay, and now we will take a look at the leaderboard. And after that hole, currently sitting at 4 over for the day. And setting up on the 16th tee. And this one's for birdie. Oh, and the long putt doesn't want to drop. And that one's going to go for par. And 4 over for the day. Okay, and setting up on the 17th tee. It appears to be heading for the fairway here. And from 165 yards out. And going with the 7-iron on this one. Just not enough club on that one. I think you'll like that. This one looks about 4 feet. And that putt will go for par. And after that hole, 4 over for the day. Teeing it up here on the 18th. Yeah, this is looking fairway bound. This next putt for a 75 on the final round. Oh my gracious, that was close. This one's about a 7-footer. And a nice putt. And that is it for me here, folks, from all of us here at the TGC Network. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time.